Hello plant community, thanks for tuning into this channel. My name is Pam, and today you guys, we have a fun one. Hopefully it won't be too long, but chances are it probably will. But I'm gonna jump right into it. So today we're going to talk about some of my top favorite plants. Now for the year of 2023, you guys, at the end of each month, I've been trying to share with you guys at least 5 of my favorite plants that I fell in love with throughout each month. And so I thought it'd be kind of cool for me to pick my selection of my top plants out of the ones that I've showed y'all throughout the years and just talk a little bit about it and maybe share a couple of things here and there. So these plants is basically from when I showed you guys my top 5 from February until actually the November edition. I don't think I actually did or at least if I did, I never posted it. I'm not sure, but I never did an end of the month, I think, for the month of January, which is fine because we have a plethora of plants to go ahead and share with you. Now, before I go through this list and show you guys my top selection from the list of each month, I did want to point out that when I did my preparation for this video, I am happy to report that none of my plants that I did select died. So I guess a round of applause for that. But I want to start the video off with this because I want to get it out of the way, and hopefully as we go more into the video, it's more of a fun thing instead of a sad thing. I do have, even though I didn't kill any plants, you guys, I do have 3 plants that's been in my top 5 list that I shared with you guys that are not so good. So I just want to talk about that and get it out of the way. First one, you guys, I want to share with you is actually my Agena Chocolate. You guys know that I've been struggling with aglaonemas, at least certain varieties here and there. I was super excited when I got this daggone thing, and this is where I'm at with it. And before, don't laugh, but you might laugh anyway. But this is where I'm at. I told y'all don't laugh, but I'm laughing and I'm mad because, oh my gosh, you could, this is all I got left, and I'm so pissed off. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with this plant. And I have it rooting in water because there's a couple of nodes right here, but I don't know if it's going to take, you guys. So it might flop. If it comes back, I'll be surprised, but slowly but surely, one leaf after another. And I'm so upset about this particular plant, you guys, because I couldn't find this Agena Chocolate nowhere. And nowhere, I guess, with the right kind of, well, nowhere with, I couldn't find, now think about it, I'm stumbling over words. Nowhere where I could actually see it or at a reasonable price. And I have yet to see it be sold anywhere. So I really would like to try my hand in this again because this was one of my aglaonemas, my favorite ones that I've been wanting to get. I'm just so upset. I don't know, maybe something will happen out of this, but if not, Now, my next one, you guys, is my asparagus fern. Y'all probably see it in the video already, but here it is, you guys. And I'm showing y'all, this is what it is. I know you're like, what the heck happened? Okay, so this is what I think happened. Okay, I was bringing my plants back in. I had this sitting actually on this table right here, getting ample light and everything. It was doing great, still growing, yada, yada, yada. And I had to move this, so I moved it. I probably shouldn't have moved it. I don't know if that's the reason. Anyway, I put it inside my home, and it wasn't directly under a grow light. I'm still doing everything else the same. This is bone dry now, but and before I took it out of here, it was already turning brown. And so I was like, oh, I can bring it back or whatever the case is. But I do know that for fall non-growing season, it can do this. It's a lot of reasons why it's doing this. It could be a humidity thing. I don't think it's that much of a humidity thing. I really don't. 2, it could be a watering thing. Could be a situation where I may be, I don't know, overwatering or underwatering. But either way, it's a little finicky in regards to that. and 3, just this is what it does. So I don't know. This is my first time going through growing this, so I don't know. What I do know is you can actually cut it back. So I am going to cut all of this off, but I just wanted to share with you guys, what it looks like before I do. And there's hardly nothing green on here. So I don't know. But comment below, let me know with the asparagus fern. Is this a everyday thing or something that I am not doing that I should be aware of? Don't really know, but even though it's dead or whatever, dying or whatever, it turned colors, it kind of look cool a little bit. I've been hesitant about cutting it, but I know I'm going to have to cut it, so I'll cut that back. My next one, that's where we've been going up and down and up, sideways, upside down, has been this Philodendron Plowmanii. And I think I just not too long ago, a few weeks back, showed you guys my Philodendron collection. And I don't remember if I showed this to y'all or not. I think I didn't. And I had it down here and sitting on my floor here in my sunroom underneath my Sansi light. Totally forgot all about it. So it wasn't really intentional, but I think because I've been on such a roller coaster ride with this plant, I'm going to also try my best to point out any plants that I may have selected that may have been talked about more than 1 month. And I think this plant is one of them, this Philodendron Plowmanii. Guys, like right now, these are the 2 leaves that came in, and this is a new leaf that came in. But this one is kind of like beat up a little bit. I've been having for the most part right now, it's looking okay. But I've been having a love-hate relationship with this sucker for a minute now, and I am like almost over it for real. Like, if it grows, great. If not, then I don't know. But I put this outside because I just got sick of it once. I just got sick of it. And I think one of the things was it kept getting, spider mites. So this plant, for me, I have to be like really on top of it. Or every time you turn around, it's wound up getting, the daggone spider mites just keep coming. And I don't know. But, I'm rinsing it off every chance I get just for a good safety measure, because it's a shame. The leaf is beautiful. It's a beautiful plant. And I had it growing really nicely, but then it just instantly declined real quick. And so now I just got it in here sitting at my Sansi light, and I've been trying to monitor and keep an eye on it and make sure that everything is okay. I've been debating on whether or not if I should just cut this leaf off. It's a hole in it, but I don't even know. And for the most part, the other leaves seem to be fine, but this thing has just been one headache after another. It's taking the joy out of love for plants in this one. So I don't know, but I just wanted to bring that up. So those are the 3 plants that out of my collection, you guys, I have in fact been struggling with. So if y'all have any information on these suckers, and that's what they are now until they become something else, they're suckers in my personal opinion. But if y'all have any information y'all can share, by all means share it. So I'm going to jump in. And I try to put it in some kind of order so I can keep track of everything. So I'm going to really quickly go over the plants. We're going all the way back in time, you guys, to February when I showed you guys my 5 selections. And the plant that I picked for February was the Plowmanii that I just showed you. My Philodendron Mayoi, or Tahiti, is the name that it was sold to me as, and the name that I gave y'all at the time. My Hoya Chelsea, my Philodendron subobstatum, and my Moranta leucanora. So the plant that I picked out of this selection that I really am proud of, I say, in regards to this collection, would be my Moranta. Now I want to show you what it looks like now, my leucanora. And if y'all been watching me, you know that I had cut this back down to 2 leaves or 1 leaf. And all of this has been pretty much new growth. And it's been hanging in there with me. I've had to cut some leaves off because since I've had to change the temperature in here, the only downside to like having these plants in the sunroom in the winter time is because I amp up the heat. It makes these plants dry out a little bit faster. So I just have to be a little bit more mindful to water the plant. So I had to cut off a lot of brown, shriveled up dead leaves from here. This feels like it needs a little bit of drink. I try not to let it go beyond 1 inch of the soil dry. As long as I keep it moist to that specification, it tends to do fine in here, even with the heat being on. So, but yeah, this is one of my top favorite ones out of the 5 that I picked. Now my next one for the month of March, you guys, I had the rattlesnake calathea. My Moranta, by the way, that I just showed you guys was also on this list. So it goes to show you guys certain plants I have been really loving on throughout the course of the year, and that just happened to be one of them. I have the Philodendron Ploumanii. When it was good, it was good, but when it's bad type of situation. So it wound up being on the list for the month of March. Then I have my Philodendron Pink Princess and my Epiprimum Pinata. So the one that I wanted to share with you guys out of this one will actually be my Epiprimum Vagata Pinata. I don't know. And I'm going to show y'all, this is what it looks like now. It's coming along, but I'm looking at it now, you guys. I think I need to give it a drink when I get finished this video, because that's the reason why you see the leaves slightly drooping. This is dry, but this is like the newest leaf that it's given me along with this one. So the variegation is very subtle, and yeah, so I still love this plant. It is growing. I have it under the grow light, and it's starting to unfurl another leaf down here, because I think in the video, you guys, I said that I was going to cut it, and I did cut it, and I put the other stem down here. So my goal is to, this just needs to be pinned up. My goal is to actually just have a nice good little vines growing up here, and we'll just see where it goes. But I really love the shape of the leaves, so the variegation by being subtle is kind of cool. I love the dark leaves, so that's my top pick for the 5 that's selected. It's just thirsty right now, so she needs a good drink, which she will get when this video is done. Now, ooh, making a mess. Now my next one for the month of April, I had selected my Hoya Curtisii, my Agena Chocolate, my Alocasia Silver Dragon, my Hoya Finlaysonii, and my Philodendron Mayoi. So the plant that I selected, you guys, was actually my Philodendron Mayoi, aka Tahiti, and this is what she looks like now. I know you've seen her already when I did my Philodendron collection, but right now this is what she's looking like. And I love the leaves. Now I think since I've done that video, I have lost maybe 2 leaves. They turned yellow, and it could be just me acclimating myself to the watering routine as these plants die down a bit. But I have it underneath my Sandseed light, and it is growing. It has a new growth point, like right here. It's just opened up. This leaf is still baby and soft. It's not even really hardened off yet, and it looks pretty cool, pretty nice, right? So it's still growing, it's still happy. So I had to pick this plant because this was like one of my plants to get, and I'm so glad I have it. So I had to pick this one as my top. My next one, as we go for the month of May, my poinsettia actually wound up being on this list, you guys. My poinsettia, my Hoya Sunrise, my beautiful Philodendron Gloriosum, the Hoya Macrophala, Albo Marginata, and my Philodendron Pink Princess. But the one that I wanted to show you guys today is actually my Marginata Albo Hoya Macrophala, because this is like almost one of my oldest plants. And let's see, it got the tendrils right here, has one right here, as well as right here. And you see that? I don't even know if you guys can see that. Look at that little cute little pink baby leaf that's growing on here. But this thing has been loving on the life, and it's been rewarding me with such beautiful growth. At one point in time, I used to could put this on front of my face and you could see my face through the ring trellis. But over time, it has just grown so massive and it's just so compact here. And I love it, you know. And pretty soon it's going to be filled in this area as well. But this thing is absolutely gorgeous. So, of course, I had to pick this one because it's been one of my road dogs. It's been hanging with me for some years now, so I had to pick that one. My next one for the month of June, my philodendron red emerald, which is beautiful, by the way. My beautiful Hoya Trana, the variegated one. My Primum variegated Pinata, the one I just showed y'all, which was my top pick, but I've selected multiple times throughout the year. I had my Hoya fungii, the ceiling variety, as well as the Begonia rex variety. So the plant that I picked actually from that group, you guys, I had to go with this one because it's just so beautiful and underrated, and a lot of people don't talk too much about them. But this is this variety of this Rex Begonia, you guys. I've had this plant, I know it got to be about going on a year, or it probably is a year. But you guys, it was in a one of them 3-inch planters. I got it from either Lowe's or Home Depot at the time. And, you know, I'm growing my other Rex Begonia, which seems to have been doing good. So I said, you know, the colors on here is beautiful. Let me just try my hand in this. And I have. And it's been doing very well. Look at the color on here. And what I've noticed in the summertime, the more light you give it, the more it will provide you with these kinds of colors. But as the light is lessened, the color gets a little lighter or subtle, and you don't see it as pronounced. But guys, look at this plant. This plant is absolutely gorgeous. And I think the thing that works for me is the fact that I do have it in this glazed pot. It does have a drainage hole on the side, but me keeping it in the glazed pot helps me keep this plant in a happy, healthy balance of my watering regimen, so to speak. So do I still lose leaves from this plant? Yes, I do. Leaves do fall because I do forget a watering routine here and there, and the leaves are not very forgiving. They will crisp up, and that's okay. But this thing is such a vigorous grower. Looking at it, you can't even tell that I lost any leaves. And I mean, it faces this way, by the way, so it's sitting on the shelf, so it's facing the light this way. That's why it's like kind of like up in the back. But, and I mean, look at this, the back of the leaves. Even the back of the leaves are beautiful. So this is a very rewarding plant, very easy care, and very inexpensive plant too, because I think I paid $4.98 at the time when I brought this plant. So my next one, let's see, what month was that? We are in the month of July, where I selected my Peperonia lime variegated version. It was very compact, still is. My Calathea orbifolia, y'all have seen that plant many times, and I think I put it on my Instagram too. Very beautiful, big, huge leaves still growing. I have my asparagus fern, so I'm this hot mess over there. My philodendron glad hands, and then my Dracaena song of India. So one of the goals that I was trying to do, you guys, when I did pick the best out of the 5 that I selected, I wanted to go with different varieties and things, particular plants that I may not be talking much about, and plants that's just really just strikingly beautiful in my personal opinion. So go with my gut every time, and that's where we come up with, I had to pick my song of India. And this is a beautiful plant. It has it's 3 plants in this pot, you guys. It pairs well with this. This is actually on a stand, so I can't wait. And I have it not even in here. It's just more or less in this original planter, and I have a drain, like one of them plastic things down at the bottom, so I don't ever have to really lift it out to water it. I just water it from here, and it drips in that pan and not destroy this. But it's a beautiful contrast nonetheless. I just can't wait for it to grow up to be the tree that it can be. I hope that I will be able to keep it alive and keep it thriving. But the colors are really amazing. And I mean, it's just beautiful. And it hasn't really given me any problems. Lately, I've been having a little bit of dryness of leaves. And that's because I've been really dialing back as the seasons change as far as my water regimen. So, yeah, I'll get there. You know, I have to, along with what I've learned as being a plant parent, you guys, um, when they die back, I have to train myself to die back too, because when it's hot and humid and everything, and you have your plants outside or whatever, they drink more. So it causes you to water them a little bit more. So now I have to go back and reverse and kind of like, you know, steady myself a little bit. So, but yeah, Song of India, you guys. Gorgeous plant. Okay, so next one for the month of August, I had my beautiful Silver Bay Aglaonema, which is another plant that I do not talk that much about, but is beautiful. I have my Philodendron Silver Streak. I believe I showed that to y'all before I gave it a good chop. My Domino Peace Lily, which is thriving, my Hoya Sarawak, and my Philodendron Jungle Boogie. So you know, if y'all know me, are y'all able to guess? Because I think I guessed. You may have guessed right if you know me. And it is this beautiful Hoya Sarawak. I had to pick this again. I am infatuated with this plant. I love it. It was one of the plants that I had on my wish list. I needed it. I wanted it. God blessed me with it. I got it. So I want to shine the spotlight on it. And guys, I mean, can you blame me? I mean, look at that. Oh, man. And I think it really does. This red pot makes the beautiful green leaves really pop. And I think I have a new leaf right here. It's growing in my dining room right now underneath my Sansi light. But so far, so good. Oh, man. I love the leaves. One of my top tier plants that I am really loving on. Now, let's see. In the month of October, this was the month, you guys, that I could not just stick to 5. I think I did over 5, probably like around 8 plants or so. And it was the Ficus benjamina, the variegated version. I think I wanted to show you guys that plant before and if it declines as we go into the non-growing season. The swordfish aloe, which was beautiful with the different colors and the ridges. If y'all remember my Pothos Mandula with maybe the jade Pothos in the black face, that planter, which is top tier, still very beautiful. My beautiful Ficus Shivriana, which was giving me beautiful shiny leaves at the time, I think, when I showed it to y'all. My Hoya Crinkle 8, my Euphorbia and Mac, variegated version, the beautiful Syngonium butterfly that I've had in my collection almost going on 2 years. Oh my, time is flying by. And then I believe I shared with you my beautiful, one of my Hoya Crimson Princess. So the plant that I had to pick amongst all of them, which, you know, these selections is hard, but let's see if I can pick it up. This thing is heavy. Is this Euphorbia and Mac. I am loving this plant. I had put it in another bigger planter, I think, since I had showed it to you guys, I think in October, because it was getting too top heavy, and I had to kind of like reposition it a little bit. But guys, look at this plant. It's so beautiful, man. It is so beautiful. And I know I was thinking about next growing season if I should chop it, but I don't think I am now I think about it, because I love it. The only way I can actually see me chopping it, you guys, is if by chance it's just become too top heavy for me to try to do anything about it, and then I may chop it and try to like just do 2 of them and hopefully promote shoots growing out on the side. But I really like the single stem. I think of Arizona or some desert place when I look at this beautiful succulent. That's for the month of October. So I know I should have my end of the month, November plants out at the time, and the selection there was my Tenanthe Burrow Marxii, my Hoya Black Curve, the Scindapsus Silver Lady, my Confetti Syngonium, along with my Monstera Peru. And out of those plants, you guys, even though I loved so many, but I had to think about showing you guys different things. I had to go with this one because it's in my heart. It's my baby Monstera Peru, you guys. I think when I showed you in the video, I don't know if these two leaves they weren't open yet or something like that. I think they were still just merging, but since then they have opened, you guys. And I mean, look how shiny and healthy it is. And I'm just super duper proud of this plant because literally, I want to say it was two cuttings from this plant, and out of the two cuttings, I think one of them has died off then. So I think one, which could be this one, may be the original leaf, but everything outside of this one has been brand new, and it's been loving life. And the cool part about it is I noticed the leaves are starting to size up. Now, even though I have the mother plant of this in my dining room, I'm really loving this one because I've grown it from like literally baby status now at this point, and now it's becoming a full-blown plant. And I just think that this beautiful rippleness of the green just pairs so much with the contrast of this pot. I'm just loving it. So these were the plants, you guys, that I picked from my top collection. But there are 3 plants outside that I wanted to make a separate mention that was part of my selection. And I just wanted to show these to y'all because I really love these plants. What can I say? And I just wanted to talk to you about it. So the first one I'm going to share with you, and it was also, I think, a plant that I talked about in some of my top favorites for a couple of months. And this thing is heavy, you guys. Give me a second. This is my philodendron pink princess. That's not that pink, but I mean, it has subtle pink. But let's see. I wanted to show y'all and hold it up because you guys, I really love this plant. Even though it doesn't have that much pink, you know, so funny, this plant has more pink on the undersides, as y'all see right here, than it does on the actual top, which is crazy to me. But this plant keeps growing, and I still love the plant, even though it doesn't have that much variegation, because y'all know I love those burgundy leaves. And so this plant, it gives me these dark black, huge leaves. And as you can see, it's still growing. It has this leaf, I think, this leaf had not too long ago just unfurled, you guys. And it's just hardening off. And here we have another one coming out. And it has a little like growth point right there for another one to come out. So this thing has been growing nonstop. When I purchased this plant, it probably was up to here. And I've lost a couple of leaves down at the bottom, which is okay, but I'm just still loving it. And I just wanted to give some form of recognition for this plant to me. It means a lot to me. This next plant, I think, was also a plant that was mentioned a few times, and I didn't select for my top, which is crazy, but I still want to talk about it. It is my Alocasia dragon scale. I wanted to take the opportunity to show you this plant. Now, as we approach the non-growing season, I've had a couple of leaf casualties. I want to say I just recently cut off 2 leaves because they were just all yellow. You know, once they start turning yellow, they don't come back. And then I think I lost a leaf prior to that. So I've lost a total of 3 leaves, which is okay because I still have a total of 7 leaves hanging and chilling out with me. And I know it's still happy because even though they're known for dying back, I've been trying to keep the temperature where it needs to be, but this is actually a flower right here as well as one right here. So I'm just kind of like leaving it alone. I've cut back on my watering. This is a self-watering pot, but right now I have no water in there. What I've learned, since this was like this is going to be my first non-growing time of having these allocations in a self-watering pot, is now I have to dial back a bit and treat it like as if I have to water it on my own. So that's what I'm kind of doing. I'm kind of allowing the soil to dry out, because I feel like it's telling me it's not using that much water by it not being in the growing season, and by it not being, I guess, that warm, so to speak. So I'm kind of doing whatever this plant is asking me to do. But just in case I happen to lose all this leaves, and I hope I don't, I just want to at least have record of how beautiful, I mean, look at the leaves, how beautiful the leaves are, and the contrast and play on lights and shadow is stunningly beautiful. And I think this is the latest leaf that it unfurled for me. So yeah, super hard and solid. So I really love this plant, and I hope that I can keep the leaves, maintain the integrity of the leaf as we go or complete the cycle of wintertime. So I have one last plant. I had to share this one with you, and of course, what better way to end this video than with a banger of a Hoya. So let's go to it. This thing is getting heavy too, but I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. It's my Hoya Trana, you guys. My Hoya Trana. Okay, picking it up. Okay, y'all see this? And it's like I had to. This plant, I've had this plant over a year. It was not growing. I got the plant because of these elongated leaves. This plant is gorgeous. I put this plant outside in the growing season, and it just beep, turned the light switch on, and this thing has been giving me explosive growth, you guys. To now we're in here, and it's actually, this plant sits on the floor underneath this Santee light right here. And guys, it's just been pumping and pumping out the growth. Like, okay, first off, let me show y'all something that's cool. I hope the camera actually just to make it better. So I have it in this clear pot. Put it in this cute pot that I got thrifting, but I have it in this clear pot, and just so y'all can see. Ooh, shoot, this thing heavy. Crazy root system going on, right? So plant super duper healthy. I can see the roots. I love it. This plant, let me show y'all. You see that? That's how tiny the leaves get before they get this size. But I wanted to share with you, these are some of the latest leaves. Look at that. And this one too, it hasn't even hardened off yet. It's still soft. This is definitely one of the latest, along with this one as well. And of course, this one, it hasn't hardened off yet because it's still getting big. But guys, do y'all have this plant? It is so beautiful. And I mean, I'm so glad I got this plant. And I still have the tag in it, which, as you can see, you guys, I don't even know if the camera gonna make it clear or not. Plant farm. So when I tell y'all I get a lot of my plants from there, I'm serious. I get a lot of my plants from there. So they have, like I said, beautiful selection. That's why I always talk them up. And believe it or not, I'm going to keep talking them up, you guys, especially now since I am affiliated with them. I just feel honored to even be affiliated with an actual company that I feel secure in what I'm saying. I know what I'm telling you guys is honest to true to the bottom of my heart. So, you know, if you haven't checked them out, click on the link in my description or the link in my bio, you guys, and take a look and see what's available. If you want to wait until, if you're experiencing non-growing season and you want to wait until spring of next year, I understand that too, but check them out, you guys, and if you use my link, it will help support my channel. So I always thank you guys in advance. But guys, it's one of my favorite Hoyas. And you're like, okay, it doesn't look that spectacular. Somebody may actually be saying that. I don't know. But to me, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I always think of some hot chili peppers when I look at this. And like I said, when I first created this trellis thing right here for it, there was no leaves right here. It was just the tendrils. So over the period of this time, and since it's in here and, you know, it's still growing, you guys. It's still growing. We're approaching winter and it's still growing. As long as I maintain the humidity in here a little bit, well, not really humidity, as long as I maintain the temperature in here and it's getting adequate lighting from the window over here, but mainly from my Sansi light up here, and it's like shining directly on top. It's just, look at that, guys. So I had to end this video with a banger, like I said. A nice note, a nice vibe. But, you know, share with me below, you guys, out of your favorites that you've been loving on throughout 2023. Which ones tend to really do it for you more as we wrap up this year? Comment below and share with me. I would love to know. If you want to make it interesting as far as the plants that I did show y'all, I know I showed y'all a plethora of them out of my collection. Y'all comment below and let me know which plant that I shared with you today, which one seems to be maybe your top 5, you know. Let's make a game out of it. Why not? I love, you know, I love talking to y'all. I love commenting with y'all, reading everything that y'all say. It's really, y'all give me great tips and y'all give me great encouragement and things like that. So keep it coming. Really, I do enjoy talking to each and every last one of you. So yeah, so keep in mind, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe and your friends' friends to subscribe. Anything you could do to help this channel out, I appreciate it. Push those thumbs up, you guys. I noticed the increase of the thumbs up has really been helping my channel. I appreciate any and all support you guys can give me. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world. And until next time, guys, much love. Come on, guys. Come on. See y'all later. Bye.